Hey guys, Dave Keller here with Market Misbehavior. Wanted to talk to you today about the abundance mentality. Early on in my career, I was working for Bloomberg and I was lucky to be traveling around North America, some in South America, teaching technical analysis and to traders, to investors, to analysts, to salespeople, portfolio managers, different sorts of institutional investors in a lot of different types of firms. And some of my favorite mentors, some of my favorite experiences with experienced professionals were when the people actually took the time to answer my questions, let me learn from them. So some of my favorite meetings, as I think back, were ones where I was able to sit next to a portfolio manager or a salesperson or a trader and actually watch what they were doing and ask them questions about it. And the people that stand out to me are the ones that actually took the time to explain, here's why I actually did that. Do you see what I did there? Here's what I was thinking. No, I wouldn't do it this way because of X, Y, Z. And they actually, were really open and giving and generous with their time and their attention. And I remember thinking as I would leave those meetings, I'm like, boy, that's amazing that someone actually would take the time to help me understand what they're doing. And to be honest, many people that I worked for did not give me that sort of time or attention. So those memories actually stand out to me a great deal. I was reading an article by Jeff Goins, who's a blogger that I've followed for a number of years. And he said in particular, successful people are not generous because they're successful. They're successful because they're generous. And that's such a great way to think about it. You think about people are successful and as a result, they've earned the ability to be generous, but their generosity, their openness, they're willing to support others around them and lift up the people around them is one of the things that's probably made them so successful. One of the most seminal books for me as a person, as a professional, has been Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the things he talks about in there is the abundance mentality. And I forget in which habit he deals with this, but in particular talks about treating life, treating your world with an abundance mentality. Basically assuming that there is an unlimited number of ideas and opportunities. So the best thing that you can do is your best opportunities, best ideas, give them away, give them to other people. If you have some great project that someone else can do, give it to them and let them take it and run with it, because you can always come up with new ideas. You can always create new opportunities. What happens is we get in defensive mode. We get kind of anxious, we get nervous. And when we find a good idea, a good article idea, a good product idea, a good research idea, we want to like circle the wagons, defend that awesome idea at all costs because we don't want someone to steal it from us and make it their own. And he would argue that the best thing you can do is give it away openly. A lot of people have touched on that sort of thing recently, and I love it. I think that's one of the things I enjoy about social media is that it allows, sort of encourages the free exchange of ideas, encourages you to give away some great insights and give it away for free. What happens though is what I've seen some people handle this sort of thing very poorly. And as I mentioned, sort of circling the wagons. I remember in one particular instance, someone sent me a report and they said, hey, would you do me a favor and just don't forward it to anyone because it's really, it's really only intended for you. And I wrote back to them and I said, the best thing I can do is tell everyone I possibly know how awesome this is. Why wouldn't you let me do that? Like, you shouldn't be letting me forward this around to anyone I can think of, right? Because it's just going to promote what you're doing. And that's how you want to think about things. What's funny is as the giver, as you give more, you will find the benefits come back tenfold. James Altucher talks about that in his book, Choose Yourself, if I remember right, has written about it in his blogs and videos as well. One of the best things you can do is give the good stuff away because you will, even though it feels like you're giving away great content that's irreplaceable, you will find the opportunities are revisited back to you because the people you give to so generously will be very open, interested in returning the favor in some way that you don't know yet. You're not going to be sure what the payout is yet. Now, if you are not good at coming up with ideas, I've always enjoyed this way of thinking because I tend to come up with way more ideas than I could ever actually take action on. But if you have trouble with that, what James Altucher mentions is to write down 10 ideas, just any 10 ideas, even if they suck. Just write them down and do that every day, every week, whatever routine you can do it. And what happens is over time, you will have lots of ideas. And even if one of those ideas out of 100 is really, really, really good, there's a really, really, really good idea that you can run with, right? So my call to action, my suggestion for you this week is to think of someone in your network, someone that you've not worked with or collaborated with or connected with in a while, someone from your past that you are connected with in social media, LinkedIn or something like that. Reach out to them and give them something unexpected. Give them something for free, a great idea, an encouragement, an idea for something they could do professionally, personally, but encourage them in a way that is giving them an idea, and see over time, if you keep doing that, how the benefits are revisited back to you. If this sort of thinking about self-improvement and personal professional development with a lens of behavioral finance and decision-making and investor routines is of interest to you, I hope you'll subscribe and also check out some of the other videos on the Market Misbehavior channel. Thanks so much.